Maria?
No, I...
You remember me? Your blindfold slipped, right?
Hi, my name is Bushido Spirit. This is season 6, episode 5, King's Gambit. But fuck that, this episode should be called My Blindfold Slipped, cause a lot of blindfold slipping happened this episode. Things happened just by chance. Everything felt rushed and convenient. Felt like I was watching an episode of Empire. And I gotta say, I fucking loved it. I loved it to death. This is why I watch Power. It's just fun, trashy entertainment. And this episode is a perfect example of that. There is a lot to be discussed. But before I get into all of that, like, comment, and sub to the channel.
He has a recording of me letting Lindsay fucking die.
And he didn't arrest you?
He wants me to tell him who killed AUSA Valdez. He thinks it was James.
Okay, let's start off with Joe Proctor. Joe. He was the focal point of this episode. And that's not good for a side character, being front and center and all. You know what that means. Do I even have to say it? He gave his daughter a parting gift. Of course that nigga died. I do like to say that I was wrong before I continue. I was so wrong about Joe. I thought he was completely oblivious. But apparently he's been scheming this whole time. Some 4D chess type shit. Joe's a 5-head. He actually did murder Lindsay. Not by accident. Joe perfectly planned her demise. He forged documents to say she failed the bar exam and predicted the mailman guy would deliver the letter on the same day he was scheduled to drop his daughter off so that he could lie about finding love in front of Lindsay while she reads her failure notice. Obviously, after learning the news, she'd immediately become traumatized and start snorting coke, but not a moderate amount, a ridiculous amount of coke because of jealousy. Yeah. Then Elisa Marie would call Joe. He'd run over, pretending like he cared. Lindsay would overdose on the couch, and he'd say, "You're not taking my daughter away from me, bitch." Just like in movies. Yeah. Drop a cool one-liner. Nigga, what? This shit is ridiculous, completely unbelievable and unnecessary. On top of that, is joint custody really that bad, Joe? This act made Joe extremely unlikable and stupid. I can't help but feel this plot point only exists to give Sachs enough leverage to turn him, convince Joe to snitch on Tommy and Ghost, which then gives Tommy a reason to kill Joe. Had he not killed Lindsay, the recording would have been useless. But no, they had to ruin my nigga Joe. Did his contract expire or something? Also, Joe calling in his ex-wife's death after a fierce custody battle was pretty fucking suspicious. Sachs and Warner had to investigate. The two paid Joe a visit for questioning. This gave Sachs the excuse he needed to search Joe's house and retrieve the illegal wiretap implanted in the pony keychain. Sachs accosts Joe on the street, then plays audio from an illegal wiretap in public for shits and giggles. So Proctor agrees to testify against Tommy, as long as Sachs get an indictment. Sachs offers to put Joe in witness protection, but he refuses, which is stupid because of hindsight, but that's probably the most believable thing he did this episode. Witness protection in this show is like being blindfolded and taken to the firing squad. Joe tells Benny, his cousin, he set up Lindsay and is being blackmailed, but doesn't want any assistance. His daughter Elisa Marie eavesdrops. Now she knows everything. Since Joe declined witness protection, he was forced to stay at Ghost's place. Ghost was not aware Joe planned to testify against Tommy, so he had no idea Joe's life was in danger. The following night, Joe tells Tommy Ghost allowed the witness to live. Tommy goes to finish the job. But when he gets there, Sachs is conveniently talking to the witness about another witness offering to testify, Joe Proctor. All while Tommy is in the closet, of course. When Sachs leaves, Tommy pops out and kills Suarez, the witness. From there, Tommy breaks into Ghost's apartment with the help of Tariq to kill Joe, which is pretty fucked up even by Tariq standards. But he did hear Joe's daughter crying and convinced her to leave before the fireworks. And if you're wondering how Tommy knew where Joe was, Tasha happened to see Proctor move in when she dropped Tariq off after he'd been expelled from school for selling drugs. Yes, this all happened in a single episode. All hope is not lost. Before Joe dies, he gives his daughter a heart keychain with a secret compartment for a micro SD card. I'm assuming that card has the evidence to put Tommy away. Could have evidence on Ghost as well. But up until his dying breath, Proctor defended Ghost. Now the big question here is what's on that micro SD card? Joe said he destroyed the laptop with the Bailey evidence on it, but maybe not. Or Joe predicting his death has some other evidence. Maybe he recorded Tommy saying he killed Angela. Maybe he recorded Sachs setting the whole thing up. I don't know. But apparently this tape is the insurance policy. After Tommy raised the apartment killing Joe with a military-style arsenal, Proctor made one final phone call to his daughter, tells her to go to Benny's house, and Tariq sees to it that happens. He drops Alyssa Marie off at Benny's house. The end. This is an example of how you can ruin a character in only 2 episodes. Joe went from being incredibly smart to dumb as a brick. He already had enough heat on himself. Why even attempt to kill your ex-wife? On top of that, it was extremely convenient Tommy happened to arrive at the witness apartment right when Sachs does, so he could conveniently expose Proctor's scheme. What's even more convenient is Tasha arriving at Ghost's apartment with Tariq to see Proctor. All of this should not happen in a single episode. It would have been way better, way more believable had it been spread out. But fuck it. Rest in peace to Turtle. You had a good run. Now it's up to Benny and Alyssa Marie. Hopefully Benny does not go after Ghost, thinking he set Joe up.
Well, what if my second chance is not up to me?
It's always up to you. Take action. Put things back in your control. Look, James, I've been in this business long enough to recognize a spark when I see it. I think you have more to offer than you know.
Ghost doesn't know his worth. He was tricked into believing his contributions to the campaign were only financial, so he offered to step aside, given his current situation. Ramona didn't see it that way. Tate has been lying this whole time. He does better when Ghost is by his side. However, Tate is stubborn. He goes ahead and does the rally without Ghost to prove he's top dog. But that backfires, because he bombed, which only proved Ramona's point. It was so bad Tate himself texted James for help. Ghost, preoccupied with other matters, declined. Ramona offered to talk it over at dinner. And what do you know? It worked out. She convinced James to take action, put things back into control. Only not for the campaign. That little pep talk of hers convinced him to follow Proctor's advice and kill the witness. What's funny about this scene is that he just gets up and leaves the restaurant mid-dinner. I'm sure Ramona was hoping it would lead to a sleepover situation. But no, Ghost just leaves. Fucking alibi. He could have at least waited till after dinner. He had to kill the witness while he was still motivated, I guess. But when he gets there, he finds the witness already dead and his empty envelope. From here, he goes home and sees his crib shot up and Proctor is dead. Cops all over the place, but Tariq and Marie are missing. Speaking of which, he gets a phone call from Tariq to meet up at some abandoned carnival. When he arrives, he sees Tommy, but doesn't look enraged. I don't know. Maybe the show wants us to believe he's not suspicious of Tommy. He doesn't believe Tommy shot up his place yet. Vincent comes out from the shadows. He has an ultimatum. Pay me $2 million in 24 hours or Tariq is dead. Which again seems rushed. This is only the midpoint of the season. Why are these storylines concluding? This is shit that canceled shows do.
And what happens to your face? Now, Tariq. Come on, let's go.
Now let's talk about the best character of the show, Tariq. Apparently his girlfriend is playing him, which no one predicted that. Due to the sheer ridiculousness of it, her introduction did not suggest spy or competition at all. Maybe that was by design. But aside from suspicious looks in the episode she revealed herself, you gotta give better hints than that, or something. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm confusing cleverly placed subversion for bad writing. She texts an unknown benefactor about Reek's lack of product. At first I assumed it was Vincent, but unless he has 2 phones, it wouldn't make any sense. Him simultaneously texting her and Reek, unless there's a middleman, a go-between. In the text, she said the competition's out of product, so someone else is selling drugs at the school. My only question is, how long has she been working for the other side? Cause when we're first introduced to her, she just seems like an average girl. She couldn't even afford decent looking books. No sign of a dealer lying in dormant. Whoever's in control is on some next level shit. Next level shit. Maybe it's Reek's roommate. Haven't seen him in a while. And I'm not entirely ruling out Vincent. Her spying on Reek mixing aspirins with the drugs, then tipping off the school to get him expelled, which forced him to come back home. That made it easier for Vincent to kidnap him. Also, why now? Why did Vincent decide to extort Ghost and Tommy now? That's simple. Reek fucked up. Vincent realized through carefully gathered intel, Reek had no product. And maybe, just maybe, he mixed aspirin with the real shit. He's the only relevant person that would care. My second question is, how deep was his planning? Was it Joe Proctor level deep? Did he convince this girl to go to the exact same school as Reek? Or did he simply take advantage of a struggling minority? The world may never know. Either way, it's pretty fucking ridiculous and unbelievable. But fuck it, I didn't see that shit coming. Must be good writing. Since Reek has been expelled from school, he has to live with Ghost again, cause Tasha is struggling. When Ghost learns of why he's expelled, Ghost is furious. But Tariq counters with, "I learned it from you, Dad." So he basically tells Ghost that his selling drug habits are inherited biologically. He just can't stop being trifling, cause it's biological. What the fuck? But we must give Reek a break. He did save Alyssa Marie. And now he's being kidnapped by Vincent, possibly for shortchanging him. Such a great character. All Ghost wanted was to live the American dream, but his wife and his son keep fucking him.
It's non-negotiable. I'll be back tomorrow to collect. Cash. And if you don't got it, it'd be a shame to see this place go up in flames.
Speaking of wife, let's talk about Tasha. Tasha got money problems. The daycare isn't making as much money as she thought, as she had hoped. She needs more time and customers. On top of that, a local thug named Zig is putting the squeeze on her business. She doesn't have the money to give him. And with no one to run to, she decides to join forces with her enemy. Tasha tells Zig she's been around and could be a much needed asset to his company. Zig gives her some drugs to sell to prove she's qualified for the position. Apparently anyone can run a lucrative drug operation. You just need an epiphany or a stripper with that name. Same shit. I fuck with Tasha trying to be all independent and stuff, but she needs to stop fucking with Tommy. And Zig business must not be going too well since he's squeezing local businesses and he trusted a daycare owner to run his drug operation. I wouldn't blame him for just trying to smash, and I don't mean the windows of the daycare.
I don't have anything yet.
Yeah, that's the wrong answer. See that?
There's some fucked up slave owner shit you doing right now, man.
Oh, Andre. That hurts my feelings. This has nothing to do with race.
Sachs still has a hard-on for Ghost, but he is increasingly becoming the only person who believes Ghost killed Angela. Dre lets Sachs know Jason's involved. I don't know if that information means anything, but maybe it'll come up later. Sachs didn't seem too pleased when he received that, but who cares what Sachs thinks? Sachs is a fucking idiot. I gave him too much credit last breakdown. He should be fired immediately. He's done way too much off the books shit. He was caught doing the same shit that almost got him fired in the first place. Yet he is still on the case. Doesn't make a lick of sense. Is Warner his daddy? This nigga caught 3 bodies this season, and no one seems to care. Dre wants to work for Jason, but he's a snitch. I kinda predicted this would happen. It just makes complete sense. And it's extremely beneficial to Ghost. But like Ghost said, Dre's an informant. If Jason finds out, them niggas dead. So why even start that?
Be careful with Tommy, Keisha. My advice? Don't get in over your head like Holly did.
I ain't gonna make the same mistakes Red made. Point.
Tommy has been getting nothing but W since the season started. Is he about to die? Everything conveniently fell into place for him this episode. He didn't have to lift a finger. But also, this episode proved he's just lucky. Tommy is still a murderous man baby. No intelligence to speak of. The way he went about killing Proctor was stupid and made no sense, unless he wanted to send a message to Ghost or to throw Ghost off. Ghost would say some shit like, "Not even Tommy is this stupid," whichever you feel comfortable with. I'll let you in the comment section decide which one Tommy was trying to do. I mean, he killed the witness with a silencer. Why not do the same for Joe? Unless his anger and frustration took over. His only real issue is with Keisha. She seems to be in complete control. Tommy cut off Tasha because of her, which forced Tasha to work for a local drug dealer. And even though Keisha seems to be doing good now, I still predict she would cause his demise. Keisha been going around asking about Holly, and when she discovers Tommy murdered her, she'll want out. The only other thing to say about Tommy is that he is still itching to kill ghosts. The only thing stopping him at this point is his love for Tariq and Tasha. A great fall is definitely coming for Tommy. He killed 2 people this episode he needed to kill, Suarez and Proctor, and he got lucky with both. I don't know what's hidden on that SD card, but Proctor didn't like Tommy very much. Tommy attempted to kill him many times over, so I'm assuming it's something against him. And that's pretty much my quick breakdown. A lot of fuckery happened this episode, and like I said, I'm all for it. I don't hate the show. I still enjoy watching it, but I'm not a fool. Even I understand that a lot of this shit was trash. Things just happened too fast. What happened in this episode should have happened in about 5 separate episodes. Seemed like everything happened out of nowhere. Anyway, I did see the preview. Apparently Tasha's little operation is going to be the key to Ghost and Tommy coming up with the money. All 3 are working together to save Tariq. I don't like that. The fact that they would rush some interesting storylines to do a retrieval arc. Power is too predictable. Every season seems to be Ghost and Tommy getting into a fight, then the 2 joining forces for the greater good. Rinse and repeat. Hopefully it's better. Anyway, I'm Bushido Spirit. Peace out. How did you feel in the comment section below? Did you notice the same problems? Did you not care about those problems like me, but still felt the need to point them out? Bye.